Hello everyone, this is our second lecture. In this lecture, I am going to discuss basic rules for writing C program, compiler, C tokens. So, firstly, we will discuss the basic rules for C programming. The first rule is every C program should have exactly one main function, and the execution of C programs always start from the main function. C programs begins at opening curly bracket and end at closing curly bracket. Generally, all statements in C are written in lowercase letters. Uppercase letters are used for symbolic names, for output strings and messages. Otherwise, you have to write all statements in lowercase letters. In short, you just have to use your we can say that you can use uppercase letters in printf section, or if you want to declare a variable name, then you can use uppercase letters. Every statement must end with semicolon. All variables declare with respect to data types before using. Comments can be inserted anywhere in C program, but nested comments are not supported by C. So keep in mind this point. Curly brackets are generally used for the grouping statement. And the program is linked with included header files and library function. Also, this program is executed by the linker. Now we will go for compiler. So in computer program which reads source code and output assembly code or executable code is called a compiler. Or you can say that a compiler is nothing but a program. A compiler takes the recipe or code for a new program which is usually written in a high level language and transform this code into a new language, that is machine language, that can be understood by the computer itself. Okay, the next thing is C tokens. So C program is basically a collection of many functions, but it has some basic building blocks. These basic building blocks in C language which are constructed together to write a C program. These basic building blocks are called token. Each and every smallest individual unit in a C program is known as C tokens. For example, punctuation, individual word, characters are nothing but examples of tokens. Or even we can say that C program is also a collection of tokens, comments and white spaces. In C programming, tokens are of 6 types and they are keywords. For example, keywords integer, float, void are nothing but keywords. Then next is constant. Any number you can put into a constant. Then identifier. Identifier is nothing but a variable name. You can define any variable. For example, I have defined here marks of students or height of an individual are the variables. String contains the sequence of characters, and here I have written two strings. One of them is hello and the next one is Nashik. The next type of C tokens is special symbol. So all symbols like hash, dollar sign, @ percentage sign are nothing but the special symbols, and operators. So you know all arithmetic operators. So these are the 6 types of C tokens. Now keywords are a special part of language definition. Keywords are predefined and it has a specified meaning. A variable is a meaningful name of data storage location in computer memory. This is nothing but a keyword. When using a variable, you refer to memory address of computer. Okay. Or you can say that it is a meaningful name of data storage location. Constants are nothing but expressions with a fixed value. Their values do not change during the execution of the C program. The term identifier is usually used for variable names. Then string is a sequence of characters and special symbols. These special symbols includes all special symbols other than alphabets, digits and white spaces. Then operators, symbols that represent a specific mathematical action or non-mathematical action. Okay, so we will see the detailing of all the C tokens. The first one is keyword. Keyword is also called as a reserve words. So we all know that keywords are predefined reserve words used in programming that have special meanings to the compiler. These meaning of the keywords has already been described to the C compiler. These meaning cannot be changed. Thus, the keywords cannot be used as a variable names because that would try to change the existing meaning of the keyword, which is not allowed. Keywords are part of the syntax and they cannot be used as an identifier. But one can change these words as identifiers by changing one or more letters to uppercase. We will see all those things in the next slides. However, this will be a bad practice, so we should avoid that. C language has 32 keywords. We will see. Now already I have discussed that it has specified and predefined meaning. The one more thing you keep in mind that all keywords should be written in lowercase and it can be used only for their intended purpose. Okay, so there are 32 keywords or here I have given 32 keywords. You can see that is double, integer, break, else, register, return, float. So you should keep in mind that there are 32 keywords and these keywords are not used as an identifier. And also all these keywords are written in lowercase letters since C is case sensitive. So these are the keywords types. The first type is data types. Whatever I have done here, what I do here, I have bolded some type of keywords. So it means that we will use only the bold type keywords. That is, we will use data types, we will use loop, decision, jump and function. So data types include integer, float, double, character. Loop will include for, while, do. Whereas decision will include if, else, switch, case and default. Jump will include break, continue, go to, and the main keywords are void and return, which will used in function. Now data types. A data type is a special keyword used to allocate sufficient memory space for the data. In other words, data type used for representing the data in main memory, or you can say that in RAM of the computer. Data types represent the different values to be stored in the variable. Every data type has a range of values. The compiler allocates memory space for each variable or constant according to its data type. Each variable in C has an associated data type. Each data type requires different amounts of memory and has some specific operations which can be performed over it. So here I have taken 4 data types. The first one is integer. It specifies the integer type of value a variable will hold. The next one is float, that specifies the single precision floating point of value a variable will hold. The next one is double, that will specify the double precision floating point type of value. And the last one is character, which specify the character type of value which variable will hold. So here I have given the range of values. So character will take the range from value minus 128 to 127. Then integer will take the range in minus 32,762 to 32,767. So the range for long integer, float, double and long double is also given here. Now the next thing is constant. Constant refer to a fixed values. Constants are also known as literals in C, are sequence of characters. It can be digits, letters and other characters also that represent constant value to be stored in variables. C specifies 5 major type of literals or constant. They are primary constant and secondary constant. Okay, so constant are the values that does not change during the execution of program. It can be of any of the basic data types. Okay, so basically there are two types of constant, numeric constant and character constant. Numeric constant consists of integer constant and real constant, whereas in character constant consists of single constant and string constant. Integer constants refers to a sequence of digits which includes only negative or positive values and many other things. Those are decimal integer constants, octal integer constants, hexadecimal integer constants. An integer constant must have at least one digit. It must not have a decimal value. It could be either positive or negative. If no sign is specified, then it should be treated as positive. No spaces and commas are allowed in the name. So there are some rules for writing a constant also. I will discuss it. Now the next one is real constants. Real constants are often called floating point constants. The real constant could be written in two forms, fractional form and exponential form. Integer numbers are unable to present distance, height, temperature, price and so on. So this information is containing fractional parts or real parts like 56.890. Such numbers are called real or floating point contents. For example, a real constant must have at least one digit. It must have a decimal value. It could be either positive or negative. If no sign is specified, then it should be treated as positive. No spaces and commas are allowed in name. Okay. In the exponential form of representation, the real constant is represented in the two parts. The part before appearing e is called mantissa, whereas the part following e is called exponent. You already know that. In real constant, the mantissa and exponent are part should be separated by a letter e. The mantissa part have either positive or negative sign. Default sign is positive. The exponent must have at least one digit, which must be positive or negative integer. Default sign is again positive. Range of real constants expressed in exponential form, which already I have given in data types. Okay. Now the next type of constant is character. So firstly we will see single character constant. A character is single alphabet in a single digit or a single symbol that is enclosed with a single inverted commas. Character constant can hold single character at a time. It contains single character closed within a pair of single quote marks. See, I have given a number that is 9. It is in single quoted mark. Single character is smallest character data type in C. Integer representation, you can say that character constant represent by Unicode. It is possible to perform arithmetic operations on character constants also. So this is the first type of character constant. The another type is string constant. A string constant is a sequence of character enclosed in a pair of double quotes. Okay. Now here some rules to apply constant in C. So we should keep in mind that commas and blank spaces cannot be included while you are defining a constant. It can be preceded by minus sign whenever it desired, and value of constant cannot exceed specified minimum and maximum bound. Now the next C token is variables, or you can say that identifiers in C. So variable is a name of reserved area allocated in the memory. In other words, it is a name of memory location. Variables are used to store information to be referenced and manipulated in computer program. Value of the variable can change depending on conditions or an information passed to the program. So each variable in C has a specific type which determines the size and layout of the variable's memory, the range of values that can be stored within that memory, and the set of operations that can be applied to the variable. You must declare all variables before they can be used. Following is the basic form of a variable declaration. So, characters are allowed while you are defining a variable. Then all variables or all identifiers must start with either a letter or underscore, or you can start with a currency character, that is $sign. No special symbols other than underscore and a $sign is allowed. Digit at start not allowed, but after the first initial letter it may also contain letters and the digits 0 to 9. So whenever you are writing a variable name, you can start with alphabet or underscore or $sign. Afterwards you can use the letters also. Underscores, with the underscores you can use all small letters and capital letters, and digits are also included while you are defining a variable name. Blanks and commas are not allowed. Even spaces or special characters are also not allowed while you are writing a variable names. Variable names are case sensitive. Also variable name should not be a keyword, while as a C keywords cannot be used an identifier. We already have seen that. However, if we capitalize any letter from the reserved keyword, then it become a legal variable name. Okay. So the next point is name of the variable cannot be global or cannot be predefined. Then it cannot be registered as a pseudo variable. We will see the examples of those points in the next lecture. It cannot be exactly same as a name of other variable. It can be arbitrarily long. Some implementations of C recognize only the first 8 characters, though most of the implementation recognize more, typically 31 character. Each variable has a name by which it is identified in the program. So it's a good idea to give your variables a unique name that are closely related to the values they hold. Variable names can include any alphabetic character or digit and underscore. The main restriction on the names you can give your variables is that they cannot contain any white spaces. You cannot begin a variable name with a number. It is important to note that as in C but not as in Fortran or BASIC, all variable names are case sensitive. So here are the examples of variables. The first one is valid example, how you can define a variable. So see, what I have done, the first variable as I have defined num. In this variable, capital N is also allowed. The next one variable, while I am defining the next one variable, I have started it with a underscore. Then same two words are joined with underscore. Then the next is integer. So int stand for integer. If you write small I and t, then it would be a keyword. But since I have done here I as a capital letter, so now this int is a variable now. Similarly, I have done in the next variable name, I have capitalized n, and the next character is also a variable, but since here a is capitalized, so it is again a variable name. So what are the invalid examples? So the first one is integer, small int. So this is keyword, character is also keyword, continue is also keyword. Now the next one is number, then underscore, then there is a small white space, so that's why it cannot be treated as a valid example of variable. The next one is the next variable is started with number, so it is also an invalid example of variable. So here I will stop. On the next lecture we will go for the further C tokens. So today we have seen 3 tokens: keywords, constant and variables. In the next lecture we will see string, special symbols and operators. Thank you.